If you've been paying attention to the news at all, you know that most tech companies right now are firing a ton of people. Meta, Twitter, all these companies, Amazon, they are laying off a ridiculous amount of people. However, TikTok right now is making big moves, and what they're doing is actually hiring a bunch of people. So as opposed to the rest of the tech giants in Silicon Valley, we can see TikTok playing the opposite strategy as opposed to all these companies, which I'm not really sure if it's a good or bad thing. I mean, at a first glance, it seems like an amazing thing, right? It seems like they're making really big moves. But when I thought about it some more, I thought, well, other companies are laying off. Maybe these other companies that have more experience, they just know that things are going to get worse, so they're planning ahead. And TikTok is making a big gamble here. So let's read a little bit. In November alone, 48,000 tech employees have been let go. That's insane. Many from Twitter and Meta. But whereas Meta is seeing ad revenue decline, TikTok is forecasting growth of 150%, up from 4 billion last year to 10 billion this year. So TikTok is literally growing at 150% year over year, and they just reached 10 billion in ad revenue. That's insane. Now, TikTok San Francisco team, whose Mountain View office once belonged to Meta, is looking to nearly double its headcount per the information. The team has grown from a few hundred to 1,000 since 2020, and TikTok is looking to add another 1,000. Following layoffs at Twitter and Meta, TikTok recruiters have swooped in to snag job-seeking engineers. Interestingly, TikTok's US hiring efforts aren't necessarily a business need, but a reputational one. The Chinese-owned company is being closely eyed for its privacy practices, and increasing its US presence could buy it time and trust from regulators. That's an interesting point of view. So it's not necessarily to get an advantage in business, even though, of course, more labor, especially really talented labor, is definitely going to help them get ahead, but that's not necessarily why they're doing it. They're doing it to reflect a public image. Now, here's something interesting I want to share with you as well. If we take a look at the TikTok ad search term on Google, we can see that this is going exponential. So businesses are really looking to launch TikTok ads. I've been seeing even Kim Kardashian running ads on TikTok. Kim, if you're watching this, you should let us run them. I know that we could do better. Okay, that's a stretch, but if any of you know Kim Kardashian, let me know. Either way, this definitely reflects an insane demand for TikTok ads. However, if we take a look at Facebook ads, we can see that it's still growing. So even though Facebook, aka Meta, is getting a ton of slander these days, they're still growing in terms of popularity. And personally, now that everybody continues to talk down on Meta, to me, it's presenting itself as a better and better opportunity again, especially considering Instagram ads. In my opinion, Instagram ads are really powerful right now, especially considering that they're copying a lot of the features on TikTok, but they have this really solid ad system that they've developed over a decade, right? So it's pretty effective, and people are starting to use Instagram more and more similar to how they use TikTok. Now, as far as e-commerce tech goes, I can see Shopify is continuing to make big moves. We're continuing to stack up some Shopify shares here on Robinhood. So if you want to stay up to date on how we're building up an investment here in Shopify, then subscribe to the channel for more. We talk about a ton of different Shopify businesses and break them down. Shopify and digital marketing are my bread and butter, so that's why we do that so much. But I do like to talk about some macro things going on. It's really interesting, it's really relevant, and in my opinion, I do think investing in yourself and your business is the best investment that you could possibly make. That's where I invest 95% of my money is my business. But I also think it's smart to not necessarily have a ton of cash in the bank and instead just continue to allocate little bits and pieces into companies that you love. So that's why I'm running this small public account, only buying Shopify stock, to show you how small, consistent efforts can turn into something massive. So now we're up to 35 shares. I'm sure by December we'll be up to 50 shares or maybe a little bit more. And I'm just going to continue to stack those up month by month, and we'll see where we're at after a year. But not gonna lie, what I just talked about today does give me some confidence in Meta as a stock. So I may be looking to buy some Meta as well, because again, it's getting completely destroyed. They're getting a lot of bad publicity right now, but you've probably heard of the phrase, no publicity is bad publicity. So to me, it just seems like a better opportunity in terms of potential growth. And at my company, Akemi, we're managing over $1 million in revenue and a ton of ad spend. And I gotta say, TikTok combined with Meta works incredibly well together. So I think as TikTok continues to grow, Meta will also continue to grow, because people will allocate some of that profitable ad spend into Meta And that's actually a really great way to extend the life cycle of your TikTok creatives, is just to simply launch them on Meta. But that's about it for this one. Let me know what you guys think of all these crazy news going on right now. I'm always interested to see what you have to say, and I'm going to continue to cover these macro things while still diving deep into individual case studies. But yeah, let me know what other content you want me to make if you have any suggestions, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.